Hey, everybody, welcome back to Subscription Box Basics. I absolutely love going to in-person events. We talked about the top 10 reasons why you should go. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the events that I'm personally going to. And to help me with that today, I've got my friends, Allison and Cat from the Ultimate Product Party. Hey, ladies.
Woo! Hey, Julie.
Hi. Thanks for having us.
I feel like I should do an intro like party people.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Well played. Okay. So we're going to talk all about the who, what, where, when, why of the Ultimate Product Party. But let's start off with some introductions so everyone gets to know who you are, because you are the hosts of this amazing event. Kat, you want to start off with an introduction?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Kat. I'm the brains and maybe the beauty of the Ultimate Product Party here with Allison. And outside of the Ultimate Product Party, I am a stationery designer and educator with my company, Kitty Meow Boutique. And I'm not a crazy cat lady, more of a dog person, but the Kitty Meow brand, paper party goods, all that fun stuff is just more about empowering and being courageous and fierce and stylish, like your best, most polished outfit. And I sell my products in over 1,000 stores worldwide, over 13 countries. And it's been a long grind to get here, but Allison and I, we just had this dream for this event and we're like, this is frightening, but let's go for the gusto anyway.
Yeah, that's super impressive, by the way. Like the amount of wholesale accounts is just absolutely incredible. So congrats to you on that. Allison, what about you? Do a little introduction for yourself.
Okay, well, Kat might be the ultimate, but I'm clearly the party. But the group.
That's very true.
I'm Allison Carter, and I own a business called Allison Carter Celebrates that has had many facelifts throughout the years. So I made a name for myself in the party and celebration space and garnered a lot of media attention when it came to that. I owned a subscription box company called Memories and Moments, and then last year planning the event and seeing how fun it was and how much joy it brought me, like I just realized that my heart wasn't in that subscription box company anymore. And I was starting to really transition out of that holiday space and that party planning space and coaching a lot more small businesses in getting their own media attention and visibility for their business and creating content that is actually relevant and relatable and matters to their audience. And so I've been doing that for this past year and wearing the two hats of planning the event with Kat and really just making an impact on these small businesses' visibility and the impact that they get to make. I'm a Seattle mom of two also. And yeah, we're super excited to be here and talk about the event and the power of events to small business owners, especially in the product space. We just feel like they are so underserved when it comes to like in-person experiences.
I think that's a really good way to put it, because I remember when I first started out in the product space back in 2016, I went to a retreat that was really impactful for me. But the one piece of kind of negative feedback that I gave to the event host was, I am product based, and everything that we went through, I had to think about it through a different lens than it was being presented. So I see this huge need for specific training, coaching, support in that product based business space. I'm all for it. Let's start the conversation with, what is the Ultimate Product Party? I want to hear the who, what, where, when, why. And maybe we should start with, how did it all start? Like, how did this idea get birthed?
Oh man.
It was destiny written in the stars.
Written in the stars. So Allison and I first met at a creative conference, and just like you, Julie, we're product-based businesses, and it wasn't an event for product-based businesses. And we had to go back home and be like, okay, sales funnels, this, that, how do we apply that specifically to a product-based business? Because we're not service-based businesses. And we just met one day at breakfast at a hotel, and we knew we had to get that one meal of the day in because we weren't going to be fed for the rest of the day.
Both of us are eaters. So we're like, we're going to get up early and get a whole breakfast in them bellies.
And we just continued to connect after the event. I started calling Allison for PR advice, and then I joined her mastermind. And it was at her mastermind retreat that we were just at dinner one day with the other ladies in our small group. And we're like, what about an event? And we were talking about it and scheming the whole thing. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I really hope Allison forgets about this event, because that sounds like a lot of work. And I'm freaking busy. I'm a Chicago mom of 3 and I just had a little baby. And no, she did not forget. And then it was like December and she's, do you want to do this? And I'm like, no, but let's go.
No, but yes. Was this 2021 when you guys came up with the idea?
Yeah.
Yes, last August. So
Okay.
almost a whole year ago, we thought about it. And then we were like, we should probably do something for Black Friday. Mistake number 1. That was total dumpster fire. But we started announcing it, talking about it November, and then the event was May. And then the tickets for the next one in next May are already up and ready to go. And we're going back to Nashville. That's where we were at the retreat. That's where the idea of Ultimate Product Party started. And we were like, we got to bring it back home, baby. It just fits. And so what our goal is with Ultimate Product Party is to give that experience to those product-based business owners, to the people that make products that you hold in your hands, the subscription box owners, the card makers, the people that sell things, because they have a whole different beast of a business than a coach does. And Kat and I have both. I don't have product anymore, but I did for years. And we also are service providers. And so we understand the juggle of the product-based business so much. And we would sit in these classes and I would raise my hand and be like, how does this apply to product? And we were like, what if we created something where you didn't have to do that ever, because every single thing was catered to you. But we also have been to many events combined, and we wanted to do something totally different, like not your dad's business trip is a vibe. Ultimate Product Party is a good old time. Like, we've got music blaring. We were in sequin jumpsuits. We want it to be like this place where you come hang out with your friends. You know, you're going to have a blast. You're going to get good food. You're going to have drinks, and you're going to have fun while also making like massive connections with people and really learning targeted things like wholesale, like PR for gift guides, like growing a subscription box, like an email funnel nurture sequence directed towards making the sale. All of those things really targeted and intentional. And we are like crazy about choosing and aligning speakers and their topics to really give our guests exactly what we feel like we need. And having one under our belt has helped a lot in being like, okay, we missed, like last year, we know that we missed finances and money mindset, and we needed that to be way more of a thing.
Okay.
Not necessarily things that people want to sit and have taxes and learn about things like that. But we're like, no, you are a real business and you have to know this. Like, you put on your CEO hat and you have to understand email. You have to understand how to make your first hire. These are things you have to know. And so now it's just really putting the puzzle pieces together and navigating the schedule and creating the best, most impactful event for these product-based businesses that truly are like our family. We're obsessed with them. We're like, you took a chance on us. We're obsessed with you for life. Thank you so much for trusting like Tweedledee and Tweedledoo over here. Thank you so much.
But literally everyone who walks through the door of Ultimate Product Party, in our hearts, they are like our family. We knew everyone's businesses, everyone's name. We made an effort to really connect with attendees and to know them. And we don't ever want to lose that small, loving feeling, because we know this is going to be huge in our hearts, but we still want to keep that intimacy and make people really feel special. Allison and I both come from the party world where we love to be the hostesses with the mostesses. And just like you were coming into our home and you feel this love and attention from us, we really want attendees to come to UP and feel that exact same feeling, because this holds such a special place in our hearts. I've never invested more in anything in my entire life than this event. I've never been so stressed out, put so many hours, so like nightmares. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, like, oh my gosh, we're not going to pull this off. I'm going to be a failure to my entire community instead of peers. And no, we got this.
I can see from your faces and then just the tone of your voices, how invested and like how special this is to you and how important it is to make this event very memorable and very fun, but also practical with the topics that you're covering. Let's get to some basics here. We're talking May of next year, May 2023, 17th through the 18th, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And it's in Nashville, Tennessee. I love Nashville. So I'm super excited to be there. And if you guys didn't already know, if you're listening, I am one of the breakout leaders at the Ultimate Product Party. I'm going to be talking about subscription boxes, of course, but I'm super excited.
Dude, I thought you were talking about something else, Julie.
And I may or may not have already picked out my outfit.
Yes.
Better than
See?
us.
What I'm talking about.
Yes.
And you were a generous sponsor last year. Even though you didn't come
yeah.
to the event, you generously donated so much awesome swag. And again, couldn't be more grateful for you taking a chance on us.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was important. I saw the need. I saw the gap that you guys were filling. And plus, you guys are just a lot of fun. If anyone follows you, you're the fun moms. If you're going to throw a business conference, I'm going to be there. So let's talk more about the actual event. Like, what can someone expect when they walk in the door? Do you want to kind of walk through the schedule lightly?
Expect to be razzled and dazzled,
Nice.
wined and dined, surprised and delighted. Okay, you, Allison. I'm just throwing out
At
fluff
every
words.
turn. Yes. So without going into too many little things up our sleeve that we have for this next year, you will walk in, coffee will be on us. We will have the cutest little coffee cart you ever seen, like waiting for you. And then everyone's kind of mixing and mingling. The night before, we have in the works some sort of casual happy hour fun thing with one of our like true loves of our lives, Amy, who is another hostess with Mostess, and she is like an event queen, and she's going to be helping people like make the most out of the event and like encouraging them to put themselves out there. And so that will be a fun little offsite happy hour thing.
Perfect.
So then you're going to come in and you'll be greeted with our marketplace vendors. So we have pop-up shops of small businesses, all fun products that you're going to love, and you're going to find your seat. You're going to have your bag on your seat. There's keynote speakers, there's breakout sessions, and breakout sessions are like action time, like work time. So there's a little bit of teaching, helping, guiding, sharing experiences, and then let's get some pen to paper, fingers to keys, and let's get some actual work done. Let's start mapping out that email funnel. Let's start out making a plan of how you can put your product in a subscription model or anything like that, and really like leaving with a plan of attack.
So often you come back from an event and you're just overwhelmed with all the work you have to do. So I love that you have included that time, like carved out into the event.
Yes. So that was really important because it is very much like a fire hose situation where you're at the event, and we get it because we're trying to pack as much as we can in for everybody coming. And so we also have to look at the schedule and be like, we need a break here, or we need like a just girlfriend chat time here. We're trying to do that too, while also being like, but the speaker's amazing. Like we had over 70 people apply to be a speaker this year. And like last year we were literally begging for, would you come? Please, sir, can you come speak on our stage? It was, nobody knew who we were, and we were like, okay. And then this year it was like, we were blown up with how many people wanted to speak. So they're all so good. So picking like 20, 25 of them was so hard, but the breakout's huge because you go home, you have this conference notebook, and you're like, okay, that's going to go on the shelf because now I'm hit in the face with all the real life things that I have to do. And I just forgot everything that I learned. We don't want that to happen. And then there's also roundtable sessions, which are choose your own adventure. And we've got, I don't know, 15 tables set up. You're going to be walking around, you're going to be mingling, you're going to be like, oh, I want to learn about wholesale. Oh, I want to learn about Etsy. Oh, I want to learn about whatever. And you're going to table hop, speed dating style
Love that.
and get to choose the topics that you would like to attend that you feel is the most beneficial for you. And so we're going to try and have as many cycles as we can for you to go to as many tables as you can. And then will be panels. We have the after party this year is the thing that really like is gonna be the cherry on top because we're in Nashville.
Yeah.
And the number one thing to do in Nashville is go to Broadway. Like you
Right.
go to Broadway, you go to honky tonk, you listen to all the music. And so we were like, we had a VIP party last year. We didn't love the whole you can't sit with us vibe that VIP gave off. And so everybody's a VIP at UP this year. There's
Love
no
it.
exclusion. So everybody gets to come to the after party. We have hired a band. We're turning the venue into their own honky tonk, new food, new outfit. Go have a fun dinner with your girlfriends that you meet. Come back for dancing and drinks and snacks and just really just tie that experience off with the perfect Dolly Parton bow. And we're like so excited about it.
And it's a party for Allison and I to really celebrate too. And we're not going to be doing the work, which is the best part, because the worst part was at the end of UPP last year, we still had to clean up all the things and get the hell out of there. And now we're like, what if we had a party that someone else planned that we could just show up to and have a good time and celebrate all of our efforts and with people and enjoy, because we didn't get to enjoy being with the attendees the entire time because we were running around like chickens with their heads cut off. And I'm like, I just want to be with the people that I was so excited to meet.
Yeah. Last time we were like holding our shoes, our eyelashes were falling off of our faces. We're scrappy gals and we got it to work, and we ended that experience with both of us just bawled on stage at the end of the champagne toast. We just both looked at each other. I can't even believe that we did it. Then afterwards, like all of the insane connections that happened at that event that we still are getting tagged in stories like, oh, I was just at this event and she recommended me to be a speaker. And so now I'm a keynote speaker at this event because of this person that I met. And we're doing a brand collab and just
ripple effect.
Yes.
So much ripple effect that is just insane that we did not like think about.
You can't plan for that. That stuff happens naturally when it's well thought out, when it has an impact on the people that went to the event. And I love to hear this backstory of like where you started and where you're at now and what to expect for future events, because isn't that the story of the entrepreneurship? Like we start something that we figured out, where there's a will, there's a way, we get scrappy, and then we learn through the journey, and then we get better. So I love you sharing the backstory too. And I'm really looking forward to this event. It sounds like you have so many fun things up your sleeves. What kind of impact do you expect from this year? Like, obviously that ripple effect is far and wide. And when it comes to like a product-based business though, ultimately you want to make sales. You want to get in new wholesale accounts. You maybe get featured in a subscription box. So what's your vision of that type of impact at this year's event that you hope to see?
One, Allison and I would like to make money. That would be
this year would be real nice.
Yeah,
really nice.
That's fair.
And we want everyone else to walk away feeling empowered to be more profitable as well. And at the same time, we want people to feel like UP is the ultimate underdog event. Like our speakers, we're never going to hire a celebrity speaker, never say never, but right now that's not our jam. Like we want you to be able to one day, if it's what you desire, to see yourself on that stage, knowing that there's a place for you to go after that big, scary dream. And you know what? There's going to be a whole freaking room of amazing people who are at your side cheering you on the entire way, that anything is literally possible, and not just a bunch of smoke and mirrors or just fluff talk, but it's really happening. And when you're surrounded by the right people, like your dreams can really freaking happen. You just need to go after them and make sure that the people around you are like just as excited about life and their business as you are.
When you go to events and you're immersed in that room with all of that motivation and all of those people and all of that excitement, there is just something that happens. If anyone's listening that has not been to an event before, like there's something in that room that is just like fire at maybe not everybody, our event for sure, but there's power in being in that community of like-minded people and people doing different things, but that you can reach out to, you can see, you can talk to, you can meet. And something that is uber important to Kat and I is on that speaker tangent. Everybody participates. There's no, I'm going to go sit in this room because I'm too fancy to mingle with the crowd. We've been to an event like that before, and we're like, heck to the no, never.
Yeah.
That is so bratty and not what we're about. So you're coming to this event, you're getting all of this stuff, you're getting like all of the experience and the teaching and the connections and everything, but you're also essentially getting free mentoring with the price of your ticket, because we're walking around. 25 speakers and experts in their niche fields are walking around that you can say, hey, can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
Can you look at this real quick?
Access.
That is powerful. And that is not at a lot of events. And we have literally every speaker signs a contract saying, yes, I will participate, because that is so important to us. And we want this to be like, you have them. They're sitting in front of you. Use those conversations, ask those questions, put yourself out there, go introduce yourself to them and say, hey, make that connection, follow each other in Instagram, because what if you then followed up with that speaker about doing a possible collaboration or being on their podcast or doing an Instagram live together or something? Maybe you're thinking of a summit and you're looking for speakers. Like, you never, ever know what's going to come from that relationship. So making those relationships is huge. And we've seen that ripple effect so much. So many of our speakers got so many clients from the event. Like who did the branding workshop, she has redone the packaging, the branding of so many of the attendees. Like, they keep tagging us and we're like, yeah, Kayla, you're welcome. Yay.
That's
but
awesome.
Good on you, because you did such a fire presentation that people immediately wanted to sign up. And so you're also going to be seeing maybe those next potential outsources that you are looking for, and you're going to establish a relationship with those people. They're going to get to know your business, and you're going to want to work with them way more than just like some Joe Schmo that you found on an Instagram search.
I love that. I couldn't agree more. And that is such a good segue into what I was going to ask you next is, what are some tips that you guys have on making a lasting impression on those people that you meet at events like this?
See, Allison and I are so different because by nature, I'm an introvert and she is like the most freakishly extrovert person I've ever met in my life. I'm like, Allison, please stop talking. You're scaring me. You're scaring everybody else in the room. But I know that I can turn it on when I need to. And it's not fake. Sometimes I just like being by myself and being a hermit crab. But you need to turn it on at this event. Whatever you need to do to come to UP like your most confident, badass self, show up as that woman that you want to be in the future of your business. And it doesn't need to be the same thing that how I would do it. Like, maybe I'm showing up in a jumpsuit and red lipstick, and that's how fake eyelashes and my weave, that's how I'm showing up as my most fiercest self. But someone else next to me, that doesn't resonate with them. So whatever you need to do to feel your most confident self, so you can go up to a stranger and be like, hi, I'm so-and-so. This is my business. Let's be business friends. Because you need to take advantage of the next 2 days at UP to really go all out. Because if you don't, that's your choice. But I know that you're going to regret it. And I know how many connections and friends you can leave with if you just throw yourself outside of your comfort zone a little bit.
Going to an event is an investment. Now, we don't take that lightly. We have invested so much money in our own businesses, and we totally 100% understand the investment of the ticket and then the possible flight and the stay and everything like that. And so you are investing in yourself in that way, and you have to be that one that's going to say, hi, I'm Allison. Tell me about your product. I think that the roundtables do help with this, and it's a very small like group at the table. So there's 8 to 10. And so when you can look at somebody and sit with someone and see them and introduce yourself in a smaller group, and then you could go to breakout, which is like a little bigger group. And then you're walking around the crowd and maybe you're sitting with a group of girls. And we have so many people that are coming that don't know anybody. And we did last year too. And you literally would never know. I also think a hot tip is usually events have Facebook groups. Going in those Facebook groups, connecting beforehand, the power of the Airbnb. Choose an Airbnb where you have your own room, but so you get your own space. Like, we're grown-ups, we're not like bed sharing here, but also you have that like home base to
Yes.
have go to dinner with, or you have that home base to connect with. Like we had a group of girls that stayed in this Airbnb with our photographer, and damn, those girls benefited because she did a whole freaking branding shoot for all those girls in the biggest Scottsdale house ever. But all those girls are like crazy connected. Not one of them knew each other. They all came by themselves. They didn't know each other beforehand. And they have a group text. They're all like, they're talking to each other all the time, doing things. And that's so fun. And so having that be like, okay, I would love a room at the Airbnb, and just starting there, that I feel like is huge. But really just knowing, okay, I'm going to meet a bunch of people, and I don't think that you need some like crazy thing to hand out that's going to be a memorable. Like, I think the environment that we really try and create, that inclusive environment, is you have time with these people, because it's also not thousands and thousands of people. Like it's 200 people. And so when you have that smaller group, it's a lot easier to continue building that relationship and seeing that face over and over than it is going to an event with thousands and thousands of people. And you're just like, see ya, never.
Yeah. And those large events, those are the ones that I have to go back to my room and recharge and like decompress a little bit. Whereas these events that are 100 to 200, I'll just pop out, get some fresh air, pop right back in, and jump back into the mix.
Mm-hmm.
My tip here that I want to share, based on the fact that they're all product-based business owners, bring your product, bring a sample of your packaging. I can't tell you how many times when I was running Sparkle Hustle Grow that I would go to an event, walk around with that pretty pink box under my arms, and that would be such a great icebreaker, because someone would be like, oh, wait, are you from Sparkle Hustle Grow? Or what is that? It was just a great way to break that ice. And for me, if I felt nervous, it was almost like my security blanket. I had my packaging, and I'd be able to demonstrate what my product was versus just trying to like pie in the sky, explain what it is. Because believe it or not, there's still people out there that don't know what a subscription box is. Having a physical representation of it, and I could say, this is the box I send out every single month. Inside, I put a book and tech gadgets and stationery and office supplies. And I felt like that was a really easy way to be recognized. Also, I had it for photos. So if I was connecting with someone, I'd be like, hey, let's get a photo. And then I'd pop that pink box right in the photo too. And it just was an opportunity then to use those photos for branding. So bring your product, bring your packaging, and that's my tip.
I love that. And we have one of our breakouts is product photography, and she's teaching all about flat lays this year. Breakouts mean work time. And so she's going to teach you how to best use your phone. She's going to have all the backdrops, and you're going to do a little flat lay shoot of your product at the event anyways. And so you want to get your product to practice and get feedback from our photographer, who's just the best anyway. So yeah, awesome. So I love it. It's just so fun.
We are not mean girls. So I want everyone coming to know that like we genuinely are very excited to meet you. And this isn't the type of environment where you should feel anything but totally comfortable. Because Allison and I truly feel like we don't want that mean girl vibe. We like, this is our family. Everything about that is so gross and not us. And that's why we show up as our most authentic selves, wacky and just a dumpster fire regular day over here, because we want to attract other people who can resonate and relate to us. And if you think that you're coming to a place where you're not going to feel welcome, then no, because we want you to feel the most welcome you could possibly ever feel. So just show up as your most authentic self and feel really confident in that.
Yeah. And if you're listening and you're nervous about not knowing anyone, you know me. If you are a listener of my podcast, we're BFFs already. So just come up and introduce yourself, and we can sit together and we can hang out. So don't ever feel like you shouldn't go to an event just because you don't know anybody, because actually now you know the three of us.
And that you don't think that you're ready. So that was something that we heard a lot last year. Oh, we're not sure that we're like, our product is ready, or we're ready. And it's like, you're never really going to feel like ready. Nobody really wants to spend money and spend money to do things, but like we do, because you do need to know what that next step looks like for you to plan for that next step. So last year's event, we had brand new people with ideas in their head, and we had millionaire businesses. Like we ran the gamut because you're looking for something different. The people that have $1 million plus businesses were looking for connection, community, networking, like brands. They were looking for a lot of that. And how do I use my story more as a product-based business? How do I show myself more authentically as a product? My product is what sells, not me. Like, we really go against that big time. And so a lot of really big businesses have a hard time doing that, personalizing. And Kat and I want to make sure that people know that this event did not come out of our heads and bing on this pretty stage, and we just pulled it out because we're good at everything. This was 100% the hardest thing we both have ever done in our whole careers of being entrepreneurs. This was the most expensive thing we've ever done that we did not make money on. We were crying, and I'm not a crier. Like, we were texting back and forth. What did we do? This is not, we got in way too far over our heads. We had no clue, but we kept going. We eye on the prize. We're going to do it. This is going to be an investment for the future. Just like people are investing in a ticket, we invested in that first event knowing it would pay off for year 2, year 3, year 5. And it already has way more than we ever expected. Like, when we opened doors for ticket sales this year, it worked. It worked. And that is like, we want to be testaments to those people that are like banging their head against the wall and that are not seeing the sales that they want and that are frustrated because they feel like they're doing all the things, because that literally was us. We were like, how do we talk about these tickets anymore? And this year it's been so great. But last year we were thinking, oh my gosh, we have run the gamut. We're out of ideas on what to do. And we know that so many businesses also feel that way. So if we can be a look at us, like that reel, look at us. Like,
Love that.
like, to be like, okay, we are real. We are full open books, and we will share all the dirty details because we need to see those dirty details, because we need to see that everybody goes through those things, flashy event or not. We pulled that flashy event out of our butts without a clue as to what to do. And next year we know what to do, and we're way more set up for success than we ever were. And that's how this works. That's how building a business works. It's trial and error, but you can't have any error or success if you don't try, and if you don't put yourself out there, and if you don't want to get better and grow.
Yeah. And when you go to these types of events, you can get to your goals faster, more efficiently, with less tears. So it sounds like not only are they going to have fun and hang out with all of us, but also you're going to walk away with some work done. You're going to walk away with a plan. You're going to walk away with things that can actually make you money in your product-based business. So if someone's listening, where can they get tickets? Where can they get more details?
You can get all the information at ultimateproductparty.com. You can get tickets there. You can find a video of last year, see our lineup of current speakers. You can follow us on Instagram at Ultimate Product Party, or on TikTok, where we just really love to connect and engage with our audience. We survey everybody on like, what do you want? What don't you want? Because we truly plan this event for the people, and we really take all the feedback to heart to bring the most magical, fun, impactful, and educational event that we could possibly pull out of our little booty bums.
We want everybody to be part of the experience. That's important.
Yeah.
This is about the people that are coming, like, and we want that message like conveyed. We want you to be part of the journey. And so follow along our stories where we show all the behind the scenes and screenshot all our crazy texts and 4-hour phone calls with each other. And you just get to come along for the ride. And we want to invite you to come along for the ride.
That's so fun too. Like, your Instagram really highlights your personalities. And I applaud you guys for showing behind the scenes and for sharing what it's really being an entrepreneur, but also the excitement about this amazing event. I will be there. I cannot wait to meet you gals in person. And if you're listening and you're thinking about it, go check out ultimateproductparty.com. Follow them on Instagram. Allison, Cat, thank you so much. 1, for allowing me to be on your stage, but 2, for joining me today on the podcast to share about the event. I am so excited. So thank you.
We're so excited to see you, and we're so grateful for your support. To you, you're like Queen Bee. So
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Like
feel
if I could
very lucky that you are gracing us with your presence and your time, and we are very grateful.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Everybody, I will see you in Nashville in May of next year.
baby.
Thanks for
Aw.
listening today, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.